Today, we will present about our group Environment Impact Assessment EIA report. My name is Muhammad Ikon Hanif, and today I will explain about our Chapter 1 Introduction of our EIA report. This is our project title. This project's objective is to construct the residential area and commercial area at Simpang 4, Mukim Kangkung, daerah Batasta, Kedah Darul Aman. The landowner or the developer of this project is Ecoscape Consultant Sdn Bhd, based in Alor, Kedah. Next is registered EIA consultant and others appointment of project consultant. In this project, the environmental consultant had been assigned to Mecca Engineering Services, and also the analytical laboratory for this EIA is Environmental Builders Sdn Bhd. This company is responsible in preparing EIA report for this project. Engineering consultant. Civil and geotechnical engineering consultant use Ecoscape Consultant Sdn Bhd. They are responsible for civil and geotechnical work in this project. Next is surveyor. Surveyor responsible for all land area of this project. So this project had assigned Zul Survey Consultant to cater the responsible. And next is traffic assessment consultant. We had hired SRA consultant for the traffic assessment of EIA report. Next is the location of the project. This is the map of Kedah State. The project located at Simpang 4 Alor, Kedah. Next is the exact site location of our project. In this map, we can see the exact position of the location at Simpang 4 Alor, Kedah. Accessibility route. There are 3 routes that we can use to find this project location. The first one using Jalan Taman Impian 1, and the second one, if we go using highway, we can exit at Pendang Toll Exit, South East Express Highway, and the third one is Jalan Sungai Petani. Current condition of the project site and sensitive receptors. In this area, there are several types of land had been used. The first one is for the residential area, for example, Taman Simpang Jaya, and the next one is paddy field. This area also famous with paddy field, and also the commercial area. Next type of land use is for education area, for example, SK Haji Hassan Hitam. Next, we discuss about list of facilities within 10 km of this project. The first one is in this area we have bank, public school, and health clinic. And the last facilities within 10 km is post department. Next part, we discuss about project proponents and qualified person that involved in our environment impact assessment teams. The first is project leaders, Muhammad Ikwan. He is responsible for reviewing Chapter 1 and also review all EIA report. The second one is Muhammad Anik. Anik is responsible to finish Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, which are statement of need and project options. And next is Shafiqah. Shafiqah responsible for Chapter 4, which is project description, and also Chapter 5, existing environment. Next is Shafi'i. Shafi'i is responsible for Chapter 6, which is evaluation impacts, and Chapter 7, mitigation measures. And the last one is Afiq. Afiq is responsible for Chapter 8, environmental management plan, EMP, and the last is Chapter 9, study findings. All of the qualified person responsible to finish the project. Next, we move to legal aspects. Legal aspect part is conformance of proposed project to government's development plans. So, government development plans in this project is use National Affordable Housing Policy 2019, which is Dasar Perumahan Mampu Milik Negara. The vision of this policy is leading to development and regulating affordable housing that is habitable for the lives of the people. And the mission is empowering affordable house that is systematic, sustainable and inclusive as a fulfillment of social responsibility to increase access to home for the people. This policy used for this project, and this project comply with this policy, which is to construct affordable house. Next, this project also fulfill the Kedah Darul Aman Housing Policy 2014. The objective of Kedah Darul Aman policy is to ensure that every household in the state of Kedah able to own house. The second objective of this policy is including element of affordable house, and the last objective is guide and coordinate the direction of planning and developing house to be balanced and fair in line, which is this project is follow the housing policy, which is to construct the affordable house for all Kedah people.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and I am Anik Nafis. In my part, I will talk about the statement of need. Before we going through, let me talk about the background of the project. Since there is increase of house from 2022 until 2023, the house has increased for 4%, which does sound not a lot, but it actually costs around 12,000 ringgit. In order to give everyone a chance to own a home, this project has a low cost house unit. And not just that, it also mixed with commercial units such as shop and office for the wellness of the community. The first statement of need that I will talk about is the project strategic location. Surround of this project is public facility such as school, SK Haji Hassan Hitam, clinic, Simpang 4 public clinic, and other else. Meanwhile, there is residency such as Prima Simpang 42, Taman Simpang Jaya, and Taman Sayang Mari. This project can be accessed through the Jalan Utama Alustar Sungai Petani, Jalan Kampung Kangkung, and North-South SP. The nearby city of this project is the Alustar City, 12 km, Kota Sarang Semut, 8 km, and Pendang, 15 km. Another point for statement of need is its land optimization. This project will bring a lot of people because in it there is so many new units, and when there is new people coming into the Simpang 4 city, surely there is new business opportunity for people at there. Not to mention there is shop lot and office in this project. For the environmental consideration, sadly we have to sacrifice some paddy field in order to make this project success. However, I think this is such a necessary sacrifice because at Alustar there is too many people living in it, and Simpang 4 is a new city that is currently developing. In this chapter, project option, there will be a few options available to use. So I will talk about its advantages, disadvantages. The first option that I will talk about is the no project option. No project option will surely bring a lot of impact, especially to the community at Simpang 4. Since there is no project, means there is no low cost houses, which means there is no people will be living in there. And in this project also there is shop lot and office building, which if there is no project option, there is no shop lot and office building. This means there is a lost opportunity for people at Simpang 4 to do business and empower themselves. The second option that I will talk about is the construction method option. There is two options that is available, which is conventional method and industrial building system method, also known as IBS. There is difference between these two options, and I will talk about the first point is the process. Conventional method will use all the machinery and material at the site, and all the work such as setting up frame, casting will be done on site. Meanwhile, at the industrial building system, most of the building part will be done at the factory before it transported to the site. And the second part is the advantages. For the conventional building method, it can have a flexible design. There is no fixed design, only flexible. The second point is that labor and material are always available. As long there is money, there is always material and labor. The third one, for every type of building. Meanwhile, for the IBS, the advantages is that it have a shorter construction time. Most of the building part will be cast at the factory and not the site. So the second point is that it reduces wastage. There is no casting at the site, means reduce wastage. The third point is that improve quality control, because it is cast at uncontrolled site at factory. For the advantages, conventional method took a longer time to build a building compared to the IBS, which is have a shorter time. The second disadvantages for conventional method is that there is potential delay and cost overrun, such as rainy season, which take which is not suitable if you want to cast concrete. The third point is that there is chance for high wastage. IBS system disadvantages is that it has a lesser flexibility, and it also requires special transportation. So for the construction method, I think IBS is much more suitable, because it is make the time shorter and reduce less wastage. Less wastage mean cost saving. For the technology option, I would take two options, which is first mobile crane, and the second option is the tower crane. The difference between these two cranes is that mobile crane able to move a rod around the construction site. Meanwhile, tower crane will stay at one place. However, it can reach all around the surrounding with its long boom. For the lifting capacity of this crane, it actually depends on the requested capacity by the client. So both of them can lift a heavy object. It just depends on the requested capacity. For space, outrigger for the mobile crane require less space compared to the tower crane foundation. Tower crane foundation require a lot, and not to mention the safety area also require a lot of space. Mobile crane is suitable for almost all type of construction. However, for the tower crane, it's only suitable for a large scale and a high-rise building project. For the cost of both of these crane, mobile crane is much lesser. However, depend on the lifting capacity, it may cost a lot. For the tower crane, it actually depends on the project. For a small scale like this project, it is not suitable. However, for a large scale and a high-rise building project, it is much better to use a tower crane instead. So, this project should choose the mobile crane. From statement of need, it seems that no project option is less relevant than continuing the proposed project. I will talk about the factor and the difference between the no project option and proposed project. So the first factor will be the land use. If there is no project, then the land only will be used as a paddy field to feed the people at the Kedah. Meanwhile, if proposed project be done, it can bring a lot of people into the city of Simpang Empat. The second factor is that income to state. Income to state, if there is no project continued, only the paddy field activities will bring income to the state. Meanwhile, if the project continued along with the shop lot and also office building, new resident can surely bring a lot of business opportunity for the people at the Simpang Empat. Meanwhile, the third option is the employment. No project option means there is only paddy field, and paddy field only require farmer, means there is no job and business opportunity. However, for the proposed project, the business opportunity surely will increase, and when there is business, I'm sure there is job vacancy. So that's why it is important to continue the proposed project until its success.
My name is Nushafika binti Shafi'i, and I will continue with the project description. The residential development project were built by phase that located at Bandar Simpang Empat, daerah Kota Star, Kedah, Darul Aman, and is taking approximately about 39 acres of Mukim Kangkung. Ecoscape Consultant Sdn Bhd has been assigned to complete the construction and infrastructure works like earthworks, road and drainage, sewage system, and also ensuring that there is a reliable water supply. This project is located in Mukim Kangkung, Bandar Simpang Empat, daerah Kota Star, Kedah, Darul Aman. The site location as shown in the figure, and the residential construction consists of townhouse, terrace house, bungalow, and also shop lots. Moving on to the existing environment, the topography structure is flat without hilly terrain. Flat topography advantages for agricultural activities that enhance the ease of both cultivation and also irrigation. Consequently, farmers encounter fewer challenges in order to manage the plantations. This simplicity extends to infrastructure development in flat areas where the designing process for roads and drainage are less complicated compared to hilly terrain. This scenario ultimately promotes efficiency for the users in order to move between regions. According to the geological map of Peninsular Malaysia, the proposed project site comprises a combination of interbedded sedimentary and also metamorphic rock. The sediments in Kota Star primarily consist of marine and continental deposit, which encompasses clay, silt, sand, and peat with a minor amount of gravel. They usually appear greenish to grey, but surface sediments often become light grey with yellow, orange or brown spots due to weathering. A soil investigation was conducted at the project site in order to assess its subsurface conditions and also gather soil information for geotechnical purposes. This information is important for the assessment and planning of the proposed structure foundation construction. Moving on to the noise quality measurement. The noise measurements aim to assess the present ambient noise level around the proposed development, focusing on residential and sensitive areas within the surroundings. The existing development involved such as institution, existing residential area and commercial building. Therefore, precaution steps should be taken in order to manage and control the noise pollution during the construction work. Next, regarding the air quality on the site area. According to a real-time AQI in Kota Star Kedah, the region falls under moderate class, which is the AQI for the Kota Star is 57. For this range, the air quality is acceptable. However, there might be a moderate high concern for a very limited number of individuals, and particularly those unusually sensitive to ozone who may experience respiratory symptoms. Therefore, the team need to monitor the AQI as the construction works ongoing. Next is on the water quality. Water quality is essential for water supply and influence the available options for supply. Construction activities generate pollutant on site, posing a risk to waterways. The contaminants can be carried to nearby storm drains or directly into local creeks, lakes and reservoirs. Fortunately, due to the site location does not connected with main water body sources, therefore the water pollution can be minimized while controlling the water quality for the use of the population. For the land use of the existing environment, the location of the residential project is in Simpang Empat, Kota Star Kedah. So within the 5 km radius land use pattern is characterized by a mix of residential spaces, commercial lots, educational facilities and expenses dedicated to paddy field. The residential projects surrounding various facilities improve the quality of life for its residents by providing a range of housing alternatives, employment possibilities, easy to access with education, and sustainable agriculture, and also a well-planned community settings. That's all from me. I will pass over to Syafiq Hambali to continue the presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syafiq bin Hambali. Today I'm going to explain more about the chapter 6 and also chapter 7. Chapter 6 is known as the impact evaluation impact. Evaluation impacts, which there will be substantial socio-economic and environmental effects from our purpose residential development projects at Simpang Empat, Kota Star, Kedah. This including the project pre-construction, during construction and after construction stage regarding to the potential environmental impact. This chapter also highlights any possible environmental impact which together with available mitigation measure regarding to the construction projects. That will be our key subject to the IEA. This chapter has consists of 4 stages of the possible evaluation impact, which including the firstly during investigation stage. Second one is during initial site preparation and also construction stage. The third one is during operational stage, and lastly during the rehabilitation and abandonment stage. For first stage, the investigation stage, which including the activities such as the include documentations, building access track, site and soil study, land survey, and also information correlations, which including the activities such as grounds inspections, site investigations, and also sample collections for study, which should not give any or should not give significant effects on environments. Second one is the initial site preparations and also construction stage, which this including the activity that related to the geotechnical issue, water and air quality, and also noise level, vibration level, and socio related system level. This stage they actually give numerous significant impacts on environments. Significant potentially impact for the construction project. Based on our project's construction activity, which refer to the residentials and small commercial area, the significant environmental impact that might be potentially arise from these projects, including the noise pollution from the heavy machineries and also vibrations, air pollution from the construction works on the site, water quality, geological and geology activities such as compactions of work, cut and fill, vibration impact, generation of waste, and also disposal management of waste. Next, socio-economic impact and also dust emission due to the heavy work and construction work. For the first stage, which refer to the pre-construction stage, which refer to the investigation stage, which including the activity of land surveying, geotechnical or engineering surveying, and also site investigations like ground explorations. Next, the impacts can give to the noise disturbance from the surveying work and also site investigations work. But this space doesn't give significant effects on the environmental impact compared to the other stage. For the next stage is initial site preparation and construction stage, which include the activity of the clearance and excavation work that related to the earthwork activity. Improvement and development of the access roads to the sites, preparation of a working platform for construction worker, construction of haulage roads, drainage network system, sewerage and also reticulation system, construction of the sedimentation pond, installation of the construction facility, managing waste at the project sites, and the impact from these constructions from the construction stage, which are including the loss of the topsoils and also increase in downtime in constructions and building site after storm event due to the loss of the soil stability. Next, sedimentation and bank damage to the construction site, clogged drains and also increase its flooding rise due to the reduced infiltration capacity of this compacted soil at the site. Next, can cause sedimentation and loss capacity in sediment basin, which the sediment and muds cause running on the roads by surface and off, which can cause the traffic problem and congestions and lead to the road safety issue. Next, it can cause a land degradations, which caused by the erosion and sediments depositions. Next, increase pollutions of the river or the existing river and streams, which result in the poor water quality. Next is stability of the stream channels caused by increasing runoff and sediments loading, which that sediments and or polluted runoff can channel to the existing river, can cause water pollutions. Next, siltations and sedimentation of the river can cause reduction in channel capacity, leading to the greater frequency of the floods and the turbidity of the surface of sedimentation in the reservoir, and also all the storage structure which result in the loss of water storage capacity. Next is proliferations of the exotic weed within the watercourse due to the high nutrients content in the silt and sediment, can result in the water pollutions in the river. Next, smoothing the aquatic flora and fauna. Next, smoothing of the aquatic flora and fauna promote to the high turbidity of river. Next, can cause adverse ecological effects of the high sedimentations effects from the depositions and resettling of the waterway. Next, decline or total loss of the recreational and commercial fishing and activity surrounding the sites, and result in the water turbidity increase. Next, reduce the aesthetic value of the riverbank and also soil existing aesthetics structure. Next, next, the work activity can cause the slope instability due to the cut and fill activity. Next, the air pollution's potentials is very the air pollutions significantly increase due to the transportation activity and some heavy vehicle, and also come from the construction work, concrete and also cements. Next, loss of fauna due to the destroy of habitats, and also due to the clearings of the site, and also damage to the vegetations. Next, noise pollutions and vibration pollution from the heavy machineries from other construction sites, and also equipments. Next, is the can cause the hydrological change in the surface of due to the clearing of the existing vegetations. Like I say, yearly, yes, it will reduce the soil's infiltration capacity, can cause the surface of to increase, and cause floods in that certain area. Next stage is called the operation stage, which this stage is the activity on this stage is including the stockpiling, haulage road maintenance, excess road maintenance, and also sedimentations ponds maintenance. The effects of this activity from this operational stage is including the soil erosions, and which associated with the sediments pollutions due to the land clearings and dumping area. Next, the slopes instability and also effect of topographic change from the work and cut and fill activity, which cause the change in the slopes and gradients. Next, air pollution due to the dust generations and emissions, and also the particulate matter dispersions during the crushing operation, haulage and also maintenance. Next is vibration and noise effects that are generated from the maintenance work, and also from the heavy machinery, from the vibratings of the machinery. Next is the generation of waste waste, which including the solid waste and also scheduled waste. Next is can causing the traffic congestions and also transportations proper to the access road. Next, socio-economic impacts which affect the publics and also public surrounding the construction sites. Next is the groundwater, can cause groundwater pollutions, which the leaching of the waste when it's not properly managed and can cause cause the disposal waste infiltrate to the groundwater or aquifer, can cause the groundwater contaminations. The last stage is called rehabilitations and abandonment stage, which the activity in this stage including the removal and disposal of the structure and facility. Rehabilitations of some parts projects should be progressively be done during project implementation, while reclamations of lands by backfilling on certain area based on the past land use. Next activities based on the waste disposal management. The effect of the this activity can cause the soil erosions, more increasing will the associated sediments pollutions fill up the area. Next, the air quality during reclamation works as absent of the sun, absent of the particle and dust generations and dissipations since the project's operation is complete. Next, noise pollutions come from the heavy machinery that's temporary during reclamation works as the absence of activity when the project has been winded down. Next is aesthetic. If the touch outs area are simply abandoned without rehabilitations, if the sites is properly restored. Next is socio-economics impact to the employments and also business opportunity due to the abandonments issue. Next, dismantlings and demolitions works will generate the effects, amount of solid waste and generation of the excessive noise due to the suspended particulates dispersions to the public place. Next, the waste generations could cause the proliferations of pests and vector disease and can cause safety hazard if not well managed or scheduled. Next, air and noise pollution will cause psychological as well as complications to the public surrounding. Next, the improper dismantling of the built-up structure will also result in the illegal settlements by the squatter or irresponsible party. Next, the unkept condition of those structure act as potential habitats for proliferations of the various pest and disease. Next, the site also, when being abandoned, will be used illegally as a purpose of dump site by the irresponsible party. Next is chapter 7. Chapter 7 is about the mitigation measure. It's based on the potential environmental impacts that we have identified in the previous chapter. Thus, this require the approach for the mitigation measure as well as prevention steps in order to minimize the impacts of the purpose constructions development projects on the environments. This for the mitigation measure in the aspect of the noise pollution control, which one of them is restricting working hour to the time only, which is referred to the heavy machinery and also vehicle which produce the vibration and noise disturbance to the public surrounding the construction site. Next, we have to ensure that maintenance to all construction vehicle and transport vehicle of the constructions are in the good conditions. I mean that's less likely to produce vibration and also noise that cause disturbance to the surrounding area. Next, we have to shut down or turn off the engines or machinery of the construction's equipment when not in use. Next, the machinery that have emitting high noise level should be installed with suitable noise absorbent materials that are available in Malaysia to reduce the noise effects that generated from that particular machinery. Next, noise, we have to we could install the noise monitoring system to ensure that the noise level does not exceed the limits stipulated by the Department of the Environmental Malaysia. Next, the mitigation measure that respected to the traffic control and management. Since the data show that the low traffic volume that linked to our site's access roads, the traffic congestion is less likely to occur in the few years. However, the effective traffic management and traffic control are still vital to be developed due to the existing main roads are too narrow. If the construction vehicle are stuck at the middle of this road, it can cause a big problems. Next, for the mitigation measure is respected to the air quality and air pollution control. We can deploy dust suspensions or filtrations techniques such as water spraying and dust screening filtration system during constructions for effectively eliminating the dust and small particle, especially the particulate matter from the emissions to the environment and can cause the public health. Next, use the cleaner advanced technologies which equipment to minimize the concentration of emissions of air pollutants. Next, we implement the dust control such as the water spraying during the moving activity to minimize the release of airborne particulate matter that can cause the health problems in the public surrounding. Next, we have to enforce strict the emission standards for construction equipments and also machinery to ensure that all equipment used on the sites complies with the standards that are regulated by the Department of the Environmental Malaysia. Next, we can apply the construction material which is lower emission rates on during manufacturing or selections of material. Next, we can use the cover to cover the loose materials like sand or soil pile in order to prevent the wind erosions and reduce the fugitive dust emissions that can cause the numerous public's rise and problems in the future. Last but not least, the mitigation measure that are expected to the water quality and pollution control. Firstly, we can use the erosion control measure and sedimentation pond to prevent soil runoff and protect the water quality from being contaminated from the sedimentations. Next, we implement the stormwater management system to manage and treat stormwater runoff from construction sites. Next, we can implement the silt fence, sediment basin, and vegetation cover to prevent the soil erosions and soil failure from the earthwork activity and cut and fill, which can cause pollutions due to the sediment transports. Next, we can establish buffer zone between the construction activity and water body, where in order to minimize the direct impacts on the aquatic and marine ecosystems and to protect and preserve their habitats. natural habitat. Next, we can design and implement the effective stormwater management system to capture and treat runoff before it enter water bodies, which this including the application of sedimentation pond, like previously I mentioned, and swale or permeable surface that's compliance with the environmental standards of nations to ensure states compliance with the local and national environmental standards and regulations related to the water quality and water drinking standard. The figures show that the metrics of the potential environment impact assessments that arising from the project developments of the previous study, from the previous development area at the district of Kulim, Kedah, Darul Aman, which this assessments report can be taken to the account since the area of Kulim, the condition does not significantly different from the Simpang Ampats at Kota Seta, Kedah. Based on the metric charts, the symbol label O and E that represent the significant environmental enhancement required to prevent the environmental impacts on the environment, on the surrounding. Based on the diagram, mostly the activity have done so on construction sites have impact on the land. It's natural geological topography in Kulim, Kedah, which effects on its landforms, contour, soil profiles, soil compositions, stability, seismicity, and also floodplain and swamp area. The chart also show that the major construction work has caused impacts on the surface water, which including the water quality impact, and can cause poor in the reduced quality of the water surrounding the construction site. The data from report show that there's slightly significant impact on the flow variation and flooding, and also water balance, but instead it show that very high environmental impacts when regarding to the aspect of the water qualities, which this highlight the needs for the water quality management systems that prevent the sedimentation or the result of the soil erosions from begin transports from the construction site into the existing river that can cause pollutions in the existing river. Next, for the in terms of the health and safety impact, the most concerns aspects that have been highlighted in this report is the physical safety that's caused by the surrounding construction area from the heavy machinery, dust pollute, particle emissions, and more. Next, for the in terms of the social economy, the employability is shown as most concerns compared to the other aspect within the scope of the social and economy, such as the house, education, utility, amenity, and also properties. Last but not least, in the term of aesthetic and cultural, it shows that the most significant impacts on the water quality. We show that the impacts the environmental impacts that come from the activity that's come from the stage of the construction stage and operational stage that's have that's give that give the highest impact on the environments in terms of water quality. In short, that environmental impacts in the surroundings construction sites has highlighted the activity caused by the construction works, such as the work, excavations, cut and fill, can cause significantly impact on the existing lands, existing soils, and water quality aspect, such as the soil erosions and sedimentations can cause pollutions, river pollution and water quality reductions, which this highlights the this highlight the need of the effective management in the soil, erosion control and sediments transports management systems, and also for water pollution prevention measures to prevent these existing environments from being polluted. That's all from me. I will pass to my friends Afix to more elaborate on the management's planning.
Environmental Management Plan or EMP for the upcoming project. Our focus encompasses four distinct categories of four activities. This include the effective management of solid waste, vigilant control of water quality, monitoring and addressing concerns related to noise and air quality, and the meticulous execution of site clearing and earthwork. Each of these phases is crucial in ensuring the project's environmental sustainability and adherence to the responsible management practice. The development of an environmental management plan (EMP) demand the establishment of a strong environmental monitoring system to track numerous environmental data at regular intervals. In our project, we have four types of monitoring program. First, performance monitoring. Secondly, compliance of monitoring. Next, impact of monitoring, and the last one is environmental auditing. This system functions as a quantitative feedback mechanism, delivering information on the efficiency of the proposed best management practice. Implementing an efficient EMS necessary extensive sampling effort and the presence of individual with the appropriate skill to properly interpret the data. In summary, the EMS is crucial to analyzing and ensure the success of environmental conservative effort. Essentially, the monitoring program consists of a series of systematic techniques for measuring environmental factors on a periodic basis. The collecting of on-site data for specific environmental indicators serves as a foundation for evaluating environmental performance by comparing it to baseline and compliance standards. For study finding, the further project will be developed at Mukim Kangkong, which is in Bandar Simpang Empat in the daerah Kota Star area of Kedah. The project site spans 39 acres and is owned by the Kedah State Government. The project location is within the administrative jurisdiction of Majlis Bandaraya Alor Star (MBAS). During the preparation of the study, a few extensive studies were conducted to assess the possible environmental effect of the proposed project. The assessment focused on three essential elements of environmental entities: the physical, biological, and socio-economic component of human settlement. The suggested development plans integration was an important factor throughout the review process. This careful approach ensured a comprehensive grasp of the potential environmental consequences, addressing a variety of interrelated variables that contribute to the larger ecosystem. The paper sought to offer a thorough overview of potential by methodologically assessing the project impact on the specific feature. This inclusive approach to beyond surface level evaluation, warranting a deeper knowledge of how the project may affect the larger environment and the communities in its vicinity.